All right, so we're going to continue our study of Poetry Matters by Ralph Fletcher, and we're going to continue with chapter 5. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the places where, and chapter 5 is all about where we can find inspiration, right? So we talked about what's in our heart, and we talked about what we see around us, right? Remember?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so today we're going to talk about two more places. Let's get to the right spot, Bowman. Two more places that we can get inspiration. Look at how much we've learned. So much. So much. Okay. All right, so there's what we see. So we did those two things. So now we're going to, I'm going to present. All right. All right, so the next place you can find inspiration is what you wonder about. In my book, A Writer's Notebook, I wrote a chapter on fierce wonderings and bottomless questions. These are the kinds of haunting questions you can live and ponder but never really answer. Not surprisingly, these wonderful questions provide great grist for poems. Julia Salem, an elementary school student in New Jersey, wrote about the death of her mother in a series of poems. In one striking poem, the lines are long and ragged as if they haven't yet found their shape. This uneven form seems appropriate since the author is still trying to sort out this event. Here she asks herself a number of tough questions. This is the rope of frustration is swinging in my mind. I think of myself absorbed in figuring out the meaning of forever. My own difficulties, they strangle me. When will I realize who I am? I feel my words waiting to come out. I remind myself not to talk the ways I'd like to. No one could have a bolder imitation of myself. Could my feelings deceive me? Could someone push me into the cold sand? I think of myself as my own friend. I talk, I tangle up in my mixed up head. Am I me? It's hard to work. For me, it's harder to play. So these are the thoughts and feelings that somebody had after they lost a loved one, her mother in this case. So after she lost a loved one, she had these feelings in her head. There's an infinite list of poetry ideas available to everyone. Memories, reflections, dreams, fantasies, odd facts. Any of these things might spark a poem. And don't forget to study the subjects other poets choose. All of the poems in this book are invitations for you to find fodder for your own poetry. I hope they unlock a door that invites you to try a similar poem of your own. Be careful, however, if you are writing a poem about a familiar topic, such as spring, God, and sunsets. These topics have been done, and in some cases made into greeting cards. That's not to say to avoid them completely, but make sure you have a fresh angle to look at. So what we are going to do is you are going to go to your What I See, and you're going to click onto the next open slide in your ELA notebook, and you are going to ELA notebook. Section 9, you are going to draw a text box, and you are going to put, today's date is 10/8/2020, and this is Wonderings. So what we're going to do today until, let's do 10 minutes, you're going to make a list of questions that you have and events in your life that have made you wonder those things. So you don't necessarily need to have an event for everything that you wonder. I know that you guys have that list of wonders that you have, right? That you keep.
Shower thoughts?
Shower thoughts? Okay, so that's kind of what this is. Michael, what was your question?
The heart and what I see on the same page.
Yes, if you can read your heart and you can read what I see on the same page, that's fine. But you want it to be big enough so that you can see both of them.
I can't read.
Wait, so wonder.
Wait, do we put? Wait, so we do.
It is like your 3 a.m. thoughts.
Do we do our
Yes.
list and our heart on the same page with our wonderings on the same page? Well, mine is gonna get.
I have them all in separate pages because they take up. I can't fit my heart and my what I see on the same page. So I put them on separate pages. But if it works for you to put them on the same page, then you could do that. But I would put wonderings on a new page unless you can fit it.
Hey, I made those.
Okay, but you're coming up with your own. So you can use that for inspiration, but you're going to type in your own. Are you okay? Questions? All right, I am going to stop the share and I'm going to say, have fun. And I'm going to end my video.